Hi, welcome back to a new video. Today I'll be demonstrating how to paint a dog. I've dipped my brush in water and we'll go into some titanium white and just a touch of yellow ochre to get that cream color. Let's drop on the first coat of the blocking in part. Load in more of that color and just placing it over here and there randomly, just like that. Look at that, it's gonna get mixed up with the graphite, and that's okay. Now I'll go only into some white without cleaning the brush, and we'll go ahead and paint the unpainted areas. Just blending it all together so that it looks soft. Maybe it's gonna get even lighter over there. Now we'll take in some burnt sienna. I've dipped my brush in water and just a bit of black. Just a touch of yellow ochre, just a touch. Load one side of the brush with sienna and on another side with black. Let's come right over there. Let's drop on another part of the fur. The reason I added water is because I want to get that crisp edges and the fine textures. Look at that, just like that. Go back to that sienna, and I like that variation in the color. This brush helps you to achieve a lot of that. Turn the brush, and right over here we'll have some more of that. I've gone into some sienna, mostly sienna this time. Grabbing some black, taking thick paint, and look at that, you get that crisp edge, the well-defined edge. And now I'll go to some black, just some black, and just sort of drop in right over there. And as I go there, I'll decrease the pressure. Look at that, sketching is so important. That very same brush on that very same pile of paint, I've taken some yellow ochre just to get that lightness and flavor into that color. And just sort of come right over there and drop on some of that around the nose. Take off the excess paint, go into some white and blend it. And for this I'm using the flat brush. Just sort of blend it right over there, and something's gonna come right over here too. And now let's go ahead and paint in the eye. So I'll take in some white, sienna and black, grayish color, mostly yellow ochre and burnt sienna. And let's come right over here and paint the eyeball. And I'm using the rigger brush for this. Okay, fair enough. And now I'll go into some white and just place that right over there. Should blend that. Wipe off the brush and let's come right over there and just sort of blend it. And now we'll go into some black and just drop in the outline of the eye. Just a bit, not much. Fair enough. And this is one of the most important phase. I'm gonna go into some sienna. Let's place in the shadows inside the eyeball to get that depth and three-dimensional look, and blend the eye considerably so that it looks realistic. And now I'll go to some black and just place in the pupil. And I'll go to some white without cleaning the brush. Let's sort of place it right over there. Now I'll take only white, but I've not cleaned the brush. Let's place in the light. And we need to place in some of that color over here too, just around the eye, just a bit. Gonna add in some white and make it act like a blender. Now I'll take in some white and black grayish color and just place it over there. Turn the brush. I'm trying to blend the eyeball at the same time. And let's go ahead and paint in the mouth. Now I'll go into some white, tone it to be pure white, and over here we need to drop on that fur action. Okay, start from the lighter spot and just sort of bring it into the darker region. And I'm pretty much loading only one side of the brush. And for this, I've not added water. Look at that. You could make use of the scribble and the brush also for this. And follow the angles, follow the directions. Look at that, just sort of flicking it. Okay, here's another trick. Just hold the brush and just flicking it. Look at that, just like that. This is a quicker process. Just hold the brush and just sort of pull it. Just a bit, not much, just a bit. Now I'll go to some grey, soft grey color. Let's come right over there. That's enough. And just blend it. Just wipe off the brush. I'm gonna go into some white. Just kind of placing it right over there. Don't want to go too bright. I did not go too bright in the first coat itself. I'm gonna grab in some black and place it right over there. And now we'll come over here just below the eye of the dog. Let's place in some more of that thing. Go to some white. Just pulling it downwards. Just a bit over here too. Gonna grab in some black. Let's drop in right over there. Okay, now we'll go into some black and burnt sienna, and I've added some water for this. Now we're painting the ear. Maybe in the middle it's gonna get darker, just a bit. Go back to the previous color, and over here I'll take in some more white on that very same brush to that very same pile of paint, and let's drop on that. And now, since this is fur, we need to add in some textures, and we'll start off from the eye. Just below the eye, you could even make use of the tree and texture brush. Of course, this is not a landscape painting, but still you can make use of the tree and texture brush. I'm using the modified flat brush for this. Here's another bonus tip. Just sort of tap it, apply more pressure near the nose, and just gradually decrease the pressure. Change the angle of the brush. And over here we'll follow certain angle, lighten up that color a bit, and applying very little pressure. Take off the excess paint. And look at that, you get that effect of fur immediately. But in this painting, whenever I paint landscapes, I usually paint the blocking in part in mid-tone and then I go with the highlights. But over here, I've gone with the lighter color. Decrease the pressure in some of those areas. That's going to define the boundary over there. Skip some spots. Just sort of creating that variation. And over here we'll have more of that texture. Changing the flow of the brush, and I'll pretty much do the same thing over here too. Now we've applied the textures and now we'll go with the highlights. I'm gonna take in more of white and just sort of placing in right over there. I'm using a flat brush, worn out flat brush. Follow the same angles in which we painted the textures. Don't want it to be pretty flat. And now I've taken my rigger brush and let's drop on some of that dots. Just a bit over here and there, not much. Then just a bit near the eye. So for this painting, I've used 3 brushes. The rigger brush and the 2 flat brushes, in which one of them is a modified flat brush. And now let's go ahead and paint in the whiskers. Just gone into some white, overlapping ones. With this, I come to the end of this painting. I hope you've enjoyed it and thanks for watching.